Okay, so we're going to cover the menu stuff first. So you access the menus under Appearance over here on the left-hand side. Menus. And we have two types of menu in the site. The primary navigation is what's called a mega menu. So we're going to do that second. To just get the knack of the menus, we're going to work with a simple menu, which is the artists. And by simple, I mean that it's a single list. So choose the menu, then press on select, and that will bring up the menu down below. So the basic rule of the menu is that an item that's on the hard left is a primary or top level navigation item, and to create a submenu item you would left click and drag to the right. You'll see a very handy dandy little naming thing appears, so we know it's a sub item, a submenu item. To remove an item, simply click on the open option, so toggle it open, and then click on remove, and that will take it out of the menu. It doesn't delete the category. If you want to add to the menu, over here on the left hand side we have options, and these are basically just drawing from the information that already exists within the site. So if we want to add a category, and these are page categories or blog categories, we'd select it and then click on add to menu. If we want to select a product category, choose it, add to menu. Now obviously we don't want these, so we'll toggle them open, click on remove, and that will just take them off the menu without deleting them. We'll save. Now for the main navigation, it's a slightly more complicated task. Before you begin working on the main navigation, you need to disable the Pop-Up Maker plugin, because Pop-Up Maker and the Mega Menu both use the same jQuery file. So what we'll do is just first select the main navigation, the primary nav. So it's there when we come back. But then over here on the left hand side, we need to first go down to Backup Buddy, create a backup. And the one that we need is just a database only backup. And I can see you're doing backups there, it's good. So it doesn't hurt to have a couple of database backups. They don't take up very much space. And it's always better to be safe than sorry. So we'll just allow that backup to happen. That's a big database. So now we'll go down to the plugins. And the plugin that we're looking for is the Pop-Up Manager. And just for a little bit of fun, I'll show you, sorry, it's Pop-Up Maker. Just for a little bit of fun, I'll show you how to make one of these pop-ups as well in this same little video. So first we deactivate it. And then back into Appearance, Menus. Now this should bring up the primary nav. Okay, so you'll remember from our website that one of the features of the main navigation is that we have those large multi-column drop-downs for mediums and featured and categories. So the way that these work is they are set up as what's called a mega menu. And to create a mega menu is as simple as clicking into the very top level item and ticking this box here. Okay. There are options for what those buttons look like, but all we're interested in the moment is once the mega menu is created, that first left click or that first kind of drag to the left underneath a featured mega menu item will create a column, and then anything under that becomes the clickable items. Now the way that I set these up is that limited edition is actually a custom link over here. And the thing about custom links is that they don't actually need to go anywhere. It can just be a hash symbol like that, and then you can set your text as it would appear in the menu below that. So again, very simply, if there's something that you want to rearrange, just left click and drag it to where you want it. If you want to remove it, reveal everything, click on remove. It doesn't remove the category, but it will remove the menu item. And you'll see here what type of content each of these items is. So page, custom link, column, category, etc. So the top of some of these columns just has a dash. So under mediums, you'll see that the columns don't have headings. Okay, so that's just because we've put excuse me, a dash in place, and that's just following these instructions here. So if you want to display a title, just enter a single dash, like so. Okay, once you've finished editing the menu, save it up here by clicking there, and then you'll go back in and adjust the popover. So by that I mean you'll reactivate the plugin for that pop-up maker. And as I say, this is just because of how these two bits of functionality overlap. It's actually very rare that something like this happens, but for the sake of having the ease of use for this pop-up maker, it's a small pain in our bums that we endure. So we'll reactivate the pop-up maker, and then let's go in and make a pop-up. What a great idea, Jeremy. Let's do that. Okay, so you've sent through 2 new images for the frames and for the mats. So we have an existing frame popover, and all we'll be doing for this one is swapping out the image. So as you can see, this is our existing image. We can get rid of this and then add a new piece of media. Okay, so this is a standard frames JPEG. So go into the post, and voila, looking good. And we'll update, like so. Okay, so that's our first pop-up. Now, to speed up the process, if we can, we'll duplicate that pop-up and make a new one. So we'll go back to the pop-ups list. I have to forgive the speed of my my internet. It's a little bit slow where I am. Oh, okay, so we can't actually just duplicate it. That's a shame. So let's add a new one then. Not sure if you can hear my little girl going crazy in the background. Okay, so this one is map boards. Okay, so these go into the quote form. First, we'll just add the media that appears. Upload it. Like so. Insert that into the post. Okay, so now we need to add a trigger. So the trigger that we want is click open. We don't need any additional CSS selectors. I'll tell you what they are in a moment. Down here, I'll set the size to large. Animation pops in. Okay, none of this stuff is important. Down the bottom, though, we need to select these options. So basically, we want to make it as easy as possible for the pop-up to be closed, and as many ways as possible. Okay, so now we go to the right-hand side. Just make sure that everything on the right-hand side is good. I believe that the theme that we've chosen for the other one is Lightbox, and everything else is fine. So we will save that. I know, thrilling viewing. This is live television, real time, one-to-one. Okay, now the thing that is important with these pop-ups is the automatic code that gets generated when we save. So it's going to give us a selector so that we can identify which buttons get triggered. So sorry, which pop-up gets triggered with which button. So this information here, popmake6125, is the information that we're looking for. And now we'll go to the form that that quote relies upon. And we'll update one of the sections just below the map board selector. So this is the kind of the admin for the form builder. And you'll see there's a piece of HTML right here, which is what we had for the frame. Oops. I'm just going to copy that. And then add a HTML block below, like so. we've got to do is update that class to pop16125. Update it. Now, in preview mode, it will show you the button there, but it won't allow you to click it. So even though it obviously works, it doesn't actually trigger the overlay. So what we'll do is go to framing, and once that form is saved, then it will update in anywhere that the form exists within the site. And you see our frame colors has updated. Now mats for the quote form, right? So we'll have to change that. And you'll see here, view frame options is the current text for the button. So we'll have to go back into the form and update that. So, mat board examples, view mat colors. Like so. Go back to the live page, refresh that. Okay, so that's working. This information here and the size of the light box isn't right though. So we'll go back into the pop maker and just edit it. So this kind of handy dandy top level navigation is obviously only visible when you're logged in. So this information here is clearly the information that appears within the pop-up. And the size that we set for the display is too large. So we'll change it to auto. Once we've changed those settings, we'll be able to navigate to the framing page. Oh, I don't remember navigating there, but maybe I have, it's I think because the name of the page is actually Melbourne Custom Framing or something. Yeah, Picture Framing Melbourne is the name of the page. We just put framing in the URL or the you see up here. That's the actual name of the page. Anyway, we come down, a few mat options, and boom, very pretty. Okay, so that is that. I'll do another little video for quoting just make it a little bit easier to follow. Okay, that is all for now.